Hey everyone! Welcome back to Daily Duo English. I'm Emily.
And I'm Ben.
How's it going, Ben?
Pretty good, Emily. How about you?
All good, thanks. And I'm really excited for today's quick English tip. You know?
Same here. This one really helps, especially if you want to speak faster and sound more natural.
Yup. Today, we're talking about how to stop translating in your head and actually start thinking in English.
You know, Emily, I think a lot of our listeners can probably relate to this. Translating every single sentence in your head, it really slows you down, doesn't it?
Oh, absolutely, Ben. It's like your brain is doing double the work. You're trying to understand, then translate, then speak. It just makes you feel nervous sometimes, and you hesitate a lot.
Yeah, exactly. And we've definitely seen that with a lot of English learners. It makes the conversation feel, well, not very natural. It can be a bit stressful, I imagine.
For sure. Instead of just talking, you're constantly thinking about the words in your first language, then changing them. It just makes everything slower, and sometimes you miss the flow of the conversation.
Right. So instead of doing all that mental translation, which is a lot of work, the big secret is to start thinking in English, like directly in English.
Exactly. And honestly, Ben, it's such a game changer. When you learn to think in English, you automatically start speaking much faster, and you just sound so much more natural.
Yeah, it's true. It's like you don't have that extra step in your brain. You know, you're not going from your language to English. And that really helps with confidence too, doesn't it?
Oh, completely. Because that translating step just disappears, your communication becomes so much smoother, so much more spontaneous. It feels less like a puzzle and more like just talking.
Okay, so are you ready for our first tip? This one might sound a little funny at first.
Oh, I love this one. It really works.
Yeah, so tip number 1 is talk to yourself in English.
I know. It sounds a bit crazy, right? Like talking to yourself, but hear us out.
Exactly. We're not saying you need to have a full conversation with yourself, out loud in public. But when you're by yourself, maybe you're making coffee in the morning, you can just narrate it in your head, like, I'm making coffee, or I need to put water in the kettle.
Or when you're getting ready to go out, you could think, oh, it's cold today, I need a jacket. Or if you're going to the store, I'm going to the store now, I need milk and bread. Just simple, everyday things.
It really does sound funny at first, doesn't it? But your brain actually gets used to hearing and using English for these simple thoughts.
Totally. And the more you do it, the easier it gets. It's like you're training your brain to just think directly in English instead of going through your first language. It really makes speaking feel more natural over time.
Okay, so moving on to tip number 2. This one is also really effective for getting your brain to think directly in English.
Yes, I really like this one too. It's called Label Your World.
Right. So imagine you're in your house. You have a lot of objects around, right? Like your mirror, your window, your door.
And the idea is to take sticky notes, those small, colorful papers, and write the English word for these things on them. So you put mirror on your mirror. You put window on your window.
Exactly. And you put door on your door. And you can do this for many things. Your chair, your table, your TV, anything you see often.
It might seem simple, but when you constantly see the English word attached to the actual object, your brain starts to connect them directly.
Yes, it's a very visual way to learn. Instead of thinking of the object in your first language and then translating it to English, you just see the English word right there. It helps your brain build those natural, instant connections.
It really helps to skip that whole translation step. Your brain goes straight from the object to the English word. It's super effective.
Okay, so for tip number 3, this one is all about using short English thoughts during your day.
Yes, this is a great one because you can do it anywhere, anytime. It's like silently talking to yourself, but just a little bit.
Right. So let's say you're walking outside, and it's a nice day. Instead of thinking in your first language, try to think, oh, nice weather today. Just a short thought.
Or maybe you're at the store and you need to buy some things. You can think, I need milk and eggs or apples. Just little English phrases.
Exactly. It's about using those simple, everyday thoughts that you already have in your head, but just thinking them in English.
And it's not like you have to say them out loud all the time. It can just be in your mind. This helps your brain, little by little, get used to using English for these basic automatic thoughts.
It makes thinking in English more natural because you're doing it all the time for simple things. It helps your brain to start making English more automatic.
Okay, and we have a bonus tip for you. This one is really effective.
Yes, this is a big one. It's something that really changes your daily interaction with English.
So the bonus tip is change your phone language to English.
Yeah, like everything on your phone, your menus, your apps, your notifications, all of it in English.
Now, this might feel a little strange at first, and maybe even a little difficult to navigate.
Definitely. It can feel like, oh, where's that setting now? Or what does this button mean? Because it's not in your usual language.
But your brain, it adjusts very quickly. It starts to get used to seeing all those English words every single day.
It's like living with English all day long. You're constantly seeing words, even if you're not trying to study, and it really, really helps your brain to start making English more automatic.
It's a great way to immerse yourself. You're basically forcing your brain, in a good way, to connect with English words for everyday actions and information. And a really important part of all of this is to be patient.
Yes, that's so true. This isn't like magic. It takes time.
Exactly. Mistakes are going to happen. You're going to say something wrong sometimes or feel a little confused, and that's totally okay.
It's a natural part of learning anything new. Think about it like how little kids learn their first language.
Oh, that's a great point, Ben. They don't sit there, translating everything in their head, do they?
No, they just hear the language. They try to say the words, they repeat what they hear, and they don't worry about making mistakes.
Yes, they hear a word, they connect it to a thing or an action, and they just use it. There's no mental translation happening. They just get the meaning directly.
Right, they're just totally immersed. And that's the same idea here for us. If you surround yourself with English and you just practice using it, your brain starts to think in English automatically.
I've seen it so many times with my own students. The more they just hear English and try to use it, even if it's just little thoughts in their head, the faster it starts to click for them.
It really does. It's not magic, but it works if you stay consistent with these small habits.
Okay, so to wrap things up, just a quick recap of all those daily habits that can really help you start thinking in English.
Right. So first up, talk to yourself in English. Simple little things you're doing. Then number 2, label things around your home, like put sticky notes on your mirror or your door. Our third tip, use short English thoughts, just little phrases in your head during the day. And our bonus tip, number 4, change your phone language to English. It sounds a bit hard at first, but it really helps. And the last thing, but maybe the most important, be patient.
Yes, absolutely. Remember, it's not magic, but it works if you keep doing these things consistently.
It really does make thinking and speaking in English so much easier and way more fun.
So, stop translating, start thinking in English, and speaking gets easier and way more fun.
Right. And if you found this helpful, please subscribe to Daily Duo English.
And turn on notifications so you never miss our real, everyday English practice.
We're your Daily Duo.
And your English-speaking buddies.
See you in the next episode.